Hey guys, we're going to go into a series of videos as to I kind of dive into Microsoft 365 a little bit more this year. Last calendar year, we had a lot of good information, a lot of good videos. You can check those out here on our YouTube channel. Please do. But today, we wanted to kick off kind of a new series of videos. And what better to do that than what is Microsoft 365? So, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Roy Edwards. I am with Capital Presence. This is what we are calling Online Academy here on our YouTube channel, where we do how to's. We dive into what all Microsoft 365 can do for you and how it can help. And today, like I said, we are getting into what is Microsoft 365. So, this is going to be an introduction course, an introduction video to Microsoft 365, and we're going to run through a lot of different videos on Microsoft 365, from how to log into your environment, how it can help, to how to build Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent, how to effectively use Yammer, which if you are new to the channel, go check out our Yammer video. Has a good amount of views, and how it goes over how organizations of all sizes can utilize a pretty underutilized application to increase their business communication. So welcome on in, and let's go ahead and get started. So first off, like, what is Microsoft 365, right? That's if we're going to go into Microsoft 365, let's start with just the simple question. Let's get it out of the way. And so Microsoft 365 is a SaaS, so software as a service. Hopefully you've heard this term before, and essentially what it is it's a software that you can purchase monthly. Think of this as like your Netflix subscription, but for your business, and it includes your email and some basic applications depending on the level of service that you've purchased. There is both the business subscription and the enterprise subscription, which we'll get into, all of which offers different applications. And so software licensing and delivery model, which is SaaS, it's a subscription basis, and it is centrally hosted, meaning Microsoft hosts your server. So you do not have to install it on any type of computer. You don't have to install it onto a server. Microsoft takes care of that. It is an on-demand software, and you get to pay as you go. How fun is that? Meaning you can have it for a month if you want, and you can tear it down to the next month, like getting rid of your favorite, like I said, streaming platform. Microsoft has three different levels. Home, which is for personal use. It does have business, that is typically for smaller businesses. And when I say small, I mean 200 employees or less. It also has enterprise level. And so those enterprise level is for businesses 200 and above. There are some areas of those licenses that you might want to dive into if in case you're not an enterprise organization and maybe you just want some of those extra features. I'm looking at you, GovCon. You might want to go enterprise instead of having the business services. And so we're going to focus on business and enterprise applications for this series of courses. And on this channel, we're going to stay away from the home, but just thought I'd mention it. So the three different licensing types again. So home, and so home provides you and your family a way to include Word, Excel, um, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, all of those fun applications that you want. Maybe Skype for business. Skype's probably not utilized very much anymore in these days. Maybe have some other applications, but still, it is a part of the for home. Like I said, we're not going to focus on the for home. We're going to focus on the other two there, which are business and enterprise. Business is best for small businesses, like I said, for under 200 employees. This includes Microsoft apps, lots of different applications out there, bookings, I believe Mile IQ for tracking of your miles. There's a lot of different ones that can help your business. It also includes Microsoft Exchange, which is email. SharePoint, which is document storage and some intranet stuff, and then Microsoft Teams, which, if you haven't been paying attention to your TV over the last couple years since COVID, Microsoft Teams is a video conferencing application as well as a chat application where you can use to communicate with members internal to your environment as well as external to your environment. And it's great for businesses. It introduces Teams chat. So if you have specific divisions within your organization, you can you can communicate with them as well. If you're not familiar with Teams, we have a great um, series of Microsoft Teams here on this YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. Maybe I'll put it somewhere in one of these corners where you can just simply click on it. And then enterprise includes enterprise applications and frontline worker tools. This also includes core security aspects. So you have some security features that you might not have in the business. That's why I'm talking to you, GovCon, about these enterprise. Maybe you only have a couple 10 employees, maybe 10, 20, but you need those core security compliance capabilities because you're doing business in a highly regulated industry. Might want to go enterprise instead of the business route, even though it's a little more expensive, simply because you do get those tools that you're going to need to make sure your business is up and running. But if you're not one of those highly regulated industries, enterprise is best for companies larger than 200 employees, simply because a lot of the components circled around the enterprise licensing is built for larger agencies. So, how to access and log in. Like I said, this is geared towards my people who have not yet really listened, or I guess listen's not a very nice word, right? They haven't really been paying attention better. Haven't really been paying attention to SaaS, or they're just new to SaaS that don't know where to start. They're decided to start a business and they want to know more about this, right? So if you want to log in, maybe you're new to a company and you have just found out that they're using Microsoft 365. Well, we're going to teach you how to log in right here. So you go to office.com. Are you there? Good. Office.com is your landing page for all things Microsoft 365. This is actually where you should start your day. I would consider it your home for all things Microsoft as you go forward within your organization. It includes areas where you can see what documents you've been working on. It includes things like your SharePoint applications and your SharePoint pages. It includes lists. It includes Delve. It includes all kinds of different things that you as an employee or employer can utilize and get to all in one centralized location. Remember bookmarks? Remember when we had to use websites and web pages and we had to book them in our web browsers? Maybe you're still doing that. You don't have to do that as much if you're utilizing this office.com landing page, because your SharePoint sites that you used to be able to just get through, if you're following me from the on-premise environment, you used to have to bookmark them. Now within office.com, you can simply go and click on the SharePoint application at your office.com homepage, and it will show all of the SharePoint applications that you have access to. Something to keep in mind, and that something you should focus on, as office.com is your landing page, it's your home page, it's the place to start your day within your organization. So this portal, it includes all of your Microsoft applications, and you can get to every single one of them there. Also, if you're an administrator, that's how you get to your admin as well. That's how you update your profile, update your pictures, all of those fun tools within the Microsoft platform. And so cloud adoption, when you hear cloud adoption, a lot of people think about AWS, Google, or Microsoft Azure. But cloud adoption really starts with these SaaS suites. It's a simple, fast step to cloud adoption, and it'll allow you to do it relatively quickly. Uh, you simply purchase the license, it spins up your environment, which you can launch multiple environments if you want. You can deploy a Dataverse where you can install some CRM applications like Dynamics 365, do some cool things within Power Apps. It opens up your tools and your Microsoft or business environment relatively quickly, and you can tear it all down very, very quickly in a very easy to understand platform. AWS, Azure, um, even Google. I don't get into Google much on this platform, but the AWS and the Azure environments can be relatively tricky if you're not a developer or you're new to cloud. Whereas SaaS offerings is a cloud offering as well. Uh, it's just a little easier to control, and it's easier to manage. But it is a cloud offering, and this would be your first step to a cloud adoption. It is expandable and scalable. Now, I know you've probably heard terms like this before, and what that really means is it grows as you grow or scales down as you wish. So, if you are adding new employees, simply assign them a license and they are included in your environment of wonders. It is a very easy way to grow as you grow. And if you've purchased multiple, some of the Microsoft environments, like the business platform or business premium or the enterprise environment, you won't have to amend anything. You won't have to change any of your environments, as it is simply going to scale with your organization. You'll just simply have to add somebody to that environment. They will have same access to these applications, some of which maybe you've custom built, hired on a development team to get you headed in the right direction. And so that is going to continue to grow. There's no new subscriptions you're going to need. There's no additional user groups you're going to have to purchase like in some of these other applications. There's no like a 1 to 10 employee tier and a 20 to 50. It's simply a you purchase a new license and then you're good to go. So the amount of your environment that you have access to is based on your license for each individual member, not for the license for your total environment like some other applications, which keeps costs low. Security and shared responsibility are a couple key components when members are looking into Microsoft 365 or the cloud in general from the beginning. And so the shared responsibility model uh, allows startups to more quickly get started. You've probably heard this on Cloud Talks before, but if you haven't, I'll inform you right now. So, a shared responsibility model is where there are certain things that you, the company, and you, the employer or employee, are responsible for. These things are things uh, in the cloud. Meaning, if you put a picture and you upload your picture to your cloud environment, wherever that might be, we're talking Microsoft 365, so you upload your picture into SharePoint, you are responsible for whether or not that picture becomes deleted. It's your responsibility. It is Microsoft's responsibility of the cloud if somebody breaks into the storage center where that picture is housed on a server somewhere and then lights the place on fire. That is their responsibility, or steals the server or simply unplugs it. That is the Microsoft responsibility. So there's a shared responsibility model. There is of the cloud, things meaning keeping the servers running, keeping the power on, keeping the AC costs so the servers are comfortable there in their server environment. Microsoft responsibility. In the cloud, making sure things get updated properly, making sure things get uploaded properly, keeping the MFAs and things that are happening inside of your cloud, your responsibility. Got it? Good. This is huge for startups because prior to this, startups used to have to buy servers, install things onto their servers locally, and it became very expensive. You've probably worked for a company that had something called a server room before. Remember those? Those were not very fun. Lots of wires, and believe it or not, servers get very hot. And so you need multiple fans and AC costs, and sometimes IT office spaces got very cold for us other members, not because we wanted to make sure that the servers were well taken care of, right? No more, as those servers are now living in Microsoft's control. And they understand that the security of those environments and the security of those servers is their responsibility. So they are in charge of that. You don't have to hire a security team to make sure that somebody is there to ensure that your servers don't get stolen. But your security of the cloud or in the cloud is important. So in the cloud, your responsibility; of the cloud, Microsoft's responsibility. So you will have to take into consideration some of the security concerns that you want to install and upkeep around your own environment. Like I mentioned before, multi-factor authentication, which, lucky for you, is not a very hard thing to do. So that is all for this lesson today. I do have there that understanding your dashboard is the next lesson, which we will create a video on how to navigate through your Microsoft 365 dashboard, how to understand it, how to just use it, because this is an introductory course. We're going to go start at the beginning. We're going to go all the way through. So if you have not done so already, please subscribe to the channel, send me a comment. We do have a new website coming out on Online Academy where we'll have on-demand training where you'll be able to get webinars and live training events. You'll be able to watch a lot other series, more so than just this one that we provide for our YouTube channel. You'll be able to get a lot of great training and additional resources and access to our developers and support team. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, and comment. And until next time, guys, see you.